To make you aware, this podcast will contain conversations around mental health and well-being and could include issues of a sensitive nature. This is a podcast from Torfaen Talks CIC.
So welcome to the second podcast.
Hello, welcome to episode 2.
And you join us on a little bit of a wander, a little bit of a walk.
A little bit of a walk, getting our steps in for the day.
How many have you done so far?
Probably 4. But any movement is good movement.
Exactly. Kind of reflecting really on what we've been up to for the last week or so. Where have we been?
Oh, where haven't we been? Oh my goodness, it's been very positive, very productive. I'm using the opportunity to stop. Stop in the walk. But yeah, no, it's been really positive. We've been at Torfaen Library.
Nice, yeah.
And they had a mental health awareness day. Lots of fun and activities there, just to show what type of, because the theme of Mental Health Awareness Week is movement. And just the different types of movement that there is, even though it is difficult when you have mental health and you have depression, anxiety, or whatever mental health condition you might have, it is difficult to move. But they were really engaging with the different types of movement that you can have, even if that just is pushing to get yourself out of bed. So I thought that was really good. Let's start again, our steps.
Let's start walking again.
Yeah.
Then of course we started off really in CoStar, with the CoStar Hub, and I spoke to Lynn.
In Fairwater, yeah, we did, absolutely.
And that was really good, yeah.
Yeah, really good. Lovely engagement. I think it helped the weather had brightened up.
Oh, yeah.
So it was lovely.
It makes such a change with the nice weather.
It does. It was so sunny. It was lovely and it was so good. The community really welcomed us. And just Lynn at CoStar is amazing anyway, and the volunteers there and everyone else that works there. But they've been so supportive because we're such a new project. They really believed in us, so that was really lovely event.
And I think we should start really by going now into the Blaenavon Wellbeing
Community Day.
Thank you. Yeah.
All those words, but we don't know the order. It could be Community Wellbeing Day. But yes, it was at the Blaenavon World Heritage Centre, obviously up in Blaenavon. And yeah, there was lots of events going on for the mental health and well-being, lots of different organisations that you could talk to, and that we were able to talk to as well. So yes, so Sophie Johnson helped us with the table to have a stall there so we could spread the news of Torfaen Talks.
Wandering around Blaenavon's Community Wellbeing Day, I'm outside in the grounds of the Heritage Centre. The sun is shining. Can you hear the birds as well? You can hear the cars too, but that's okay too. So we're at the Community Wellbeing Day today, and I'm joined by Kevin from Celt Plus. Kevin, could you tell me a little bit more what Celt Plus do?
Celt Plus, well, it's an employability project, it is, through the Levelling Up Fund up from Westminster. And it's so flexible, I think it could benefit anybody in Torfaen, not just through this Health and Wellbeing Day. We've got a variety of teams within our project, from well-being, mental health, physical health, walking, just to get people moving, even into volunteering. And then they've got ourselves, who are me, a participation and engagement officer, where I try and get self really or promote the variety and diversity of courses that are available at the moment. They range from HGV licenses, Princess 2 management, food hygiene, childcare, anything really. It's so flexible. It's a fantastic project. I think it's one of the best in the 20 years I've been in this game. It's one of the best projects I have been involved with.
Managed to come outside into the sunshine in Blaenavon at the Heritage Centre today. We're talking with Mel from the Library Service. Talk to me more about what the Library Service is doing around Mental Health Awareness Week.
We've got a special event on Tuesday in Torfaen Library, working with all our wonderful partners from the Torfaen Community Connectors and Resilience team and various health professionals.
I'm talking with Hannah, one of the Community Connectors. Can you tell me what you're doing here today?
We are here to promote the Community Connectors and the good work that we do. We work with anybody over the age of 18 in Torfaen, so that's anywhere from Blaenavon all the way down to Pontier. We help people get back into access their community by accessing groups, activities, reconnecting with the community, and it's really person-centred, so it's getting people involved with things they'd like to achieve, outcomes they'd like to achieve, just by getting them out and really, reconnecting to the community.
Walking around the hall then, lots of people here, lots of different organisations, and joined now by Natasha from Torfaen Voluntary Alliance. Hi Natasha.
Hello Patrick, how are you?
I'm good. How are you finding this event today?
Brilliant. It's lovely to see the sun shining in Blaenavon today and lots of people out and about finding out what's happening in their area.
For people who don't know TVA or Torfaen Voluntary Alliance, what exactly do they do?
So Torfaen Voluntary Alliance support individuals and volunteers across Torfaen. We also work closely with local community groups, community hubs, helping them to access funding, encourage engagement across the community, offering advice about governance and lots of different things.
Been joined by Shane from Torfaen Homes. Can you tell me more about what kind of services that you provide within the borough?
So I'm from the Housing Support Grant team in Torfaen. Torfaen Homes is the sort of the website that we use for overarching information and all that kind of thing. Under the Housing Support Grant, we provide housing-related support services for vulnerable people to access secure and long-term accommodation, essentially helping them to overcome barriers around maintaining accommodation, whether that's financially, physically, mentally, wherever the barriers may be. We can help support them around those barriers to secure long-term suitable accommodation.
What kind of organisations do you work with, like Melin, Blaenavon, that sort of thing?
There we work with Melin, Blaenavon, we work with Pobl, we work with Cabanal Women's Aid, we work with Story Cymru, to name a few. We've got GDAS, a wide range of services and providers.
So with our life coaching now, can you tell me a bit about what you do?
Right, okay, so we do 3 different things really, and we're working up to build our offer. So mainly now we're doing group sessions. They are a 12-week course, and they are quite intense, and they go through a bit of a journey of positive mindset change. So we've just finished one of those, and we'll be looking about starting one in a couple of months' time again, because they are quite time-consuming. We've just got a building next door from Blaenavon Cafe, where we're going to be renting out once a week to do drop-in mindset positive change workshops. We're looking at online subscriptions. There's lots. We're very, very new, Aaron. Yeah. We've seen there's a bit of a gap in the market there. We're not therapists. We're not counsellors. We are life coaches, which is slightly different. So we're catching the people in the middle who don't really need counselling, but they're just not feeling quite right. They just need that bit of a pick-me-up. And us two, me and Ree, are very positive on the daily, and we read, and we do like to sort of spread a bit of joy. So we've learned how to sort of manage our emotions and our feelings, so we just wanted to share that. We're professional life coaches. Ria's becoming a yoga instructor. I'm a fitness instructor. She does a lot of fitness and well-being, so we're going to bring it all under one umbrella.
And now I've wandered over to the Over 50s Forum table, a speaker with Angela Lewis. I know in the borough there's Over 50s Forums for Cwmbran, Pontypool, but you're from Blaenavon, yes? Can you tell me a little bit more then about the Over 50s Forum?
With the council, they're very active. I mean, we have speakers from they arrange speakers for us, and we have it on all different subjects.
In the event then today, I'm joined now by Morris from the Building Resilient Communities team. What exactly does BRC do?
We're a new kind of department in the council that was set up. Well, it was set up like last year. It was renewed last year, and we've got a new team that kind of invading all the groups in our area and seeing how we can help out and seeing what people in the groups want in their communities and how we can facilitate that in any way we can. So we offer training, and we work closely alongside the capacity builders who also offer grants and anything to do with the building itself.
There's lots of different organisations, including Lynn from
Torfaen Take a Stroll.
Tell me more about what the group does.
Well, we've been going nearly 20 years now, and we're funded by Torfaen Borough, and we have weekly walks throughout the borough of Torfaen, and everybody's welcome.
You say about these walks, I know I've seen some of the stuff on social about where you walk and how healthy and how energetic do you need to be to go on one of these walks?
It's very, very much a social event where people meet up and we have a coffee or a tea afterwards. They've made so many friends, they've gone on holidays together. Yeah, it's you don't have to be energetically fit, but the idea is to help you get fit.
I've been joined now by Leighton from Forgeside RFC, the community garden, no less. If people don't know much about the community garden, can you tell us a brief backstory to how it came about?
So around about 2000, we started clearing an empty area up the ground, turned it to grassland, then sort of trying to decide what we was going to do with it. We had the idea of making it into a community garden. We had some raised beds, and then we were very lucky to win a RHS competition that created a community garden up there for us.
Now I've been joined by Rhiannon from Torfaen Family Information Service. Now, what is your role within the borough?
We support families if there's any family inquiries, families needed childcare, playgroups, financial support. If they come to us, then we can signpost to the right agencies, or we can put that support in place for them.
So I've come along to the cookie decorating part. Some people may say that's quite suitable for me. So can you tell me more about what we're going to be doing here today?
Hey, my name's Sarah, I'm from CoStar, and we're going to be decorating cookies with the children. So we've got icing, sprinkles and sugar, lots of sugar, and sweets. And yeah, they're going to decorate them, take them home, or probably eat them on the premises, to be fair.
Is there any age limit? I'm asking for a friend.
No, your friend is quite welcome to come and decorate a cookie.
Can you tell me a little bit more about CoStar?
Yeah, definitely. We work with children aged 2 to 17, and we work with schools, we work with charities and community groups, and the Blaenavon Town Council has been funding sessions for the children for quite a while now. So we work with them in Bethlehem Chapel, and we also work with Blaenavon VC Primary School as well. So we're in there every Thursday with the parents and children doing a healthy and happy programme. But we do everything. We do parties, we do venues, we do anything you want to do with children and cooking, we can do for you.
Wandering around inside, it's really sunny outside, Jen, but we're all inside here today. How do you feel about that?
Grateful. I'm not going to burn today.
Same here. I realised this morning they didn't put any suntan lotion on, but that's another thing altogether. You're here today with Torfaen Adult Community Learning. For people who don't know, what is that?
We provide a range of opportunities for people to pursue qualifications or non-accredited courses like arts and crafts, languages, ceramics or wood turning. Here today plugging our DIY skills, so it's a new project where we're delivering wallpapering, painting, shelves and general DIY skills for those who are looking to save some money by doing it themselves.
I've been joined now by the Mayor, Nathan. Looking ahead to the next couple of weeks, Heritage Day is coming up again, isn't it?
Yeah, World Heritage Day is returning this year. It's been away for about 2 years now. That's going to be on, I believe, the 29th of June, which is often seen as the cultural highlight of Blaenavon's calendar, a chance for the community to come together and to celebrate Blaenavon's heritage, but also to celebrate Blaenavon as a community. And there'll be a whole range of activities taking place in the town, and it's not just for local people, it's for people from further afield to come along and see what's good about Blaenavon.
It's my first Heritage Day that I'll be part of, so I'm quite looking forward to it.
It is a fantastic day, and it's always very busy with all the shops and businesses in the town. It's a chance of increasing footfall in the town, and also getting the youth involved in the town, and also all people of all ages to really celebrate Blaenavon.
So now I've been joined by our MP, Nick.
Well, absolutely delighted to be joining you at this event this afternoon. Really fantastic event with so many different organisations and programmes here. And what it means is people who come along who perhaps wouldn't have this information, they can pick up a piece of information or see that signpost today to something that really can change their lives. So it's a really important event and delighted to be here supporting it.
Of course, today is the start of Mental Health Awareness Week in the UK. What do you do for your own mental health and well-being?
The great thing that I use for my own well-being is running. So I've been running for about the last 8 years now. I tend to run very early morning. So I tend to run on a Friday morning and on a Sunday morning each week. I'm a very early riser, so I tend to be out running at around about 6 o'clock, usually around different parts of Torfaen. But I actually find that whilst running is a very good physical exercise for me, it's also great in terms of my own well-being. Now, however, whilst I would recommend running to a lot of people, that's just the thing I've happened to find that helps me. But for different people, it'll obviously be something different. But I think the important message is just making sure that people are looking after their own well-being on a weekly basis, which is so important.
We're now joined by Sophie Johnson, who's the organiser of today's event, yes?
Yeah, I helped to put the event on today, yeah.
So how's the event been today? How do you reckon?
Oh, it's been brilliant. It's been lovely to see all the community here together, enjoying the sunshine, enjoying all the activities, finding out about, the organisations that are on their doorstep that can help them with any issues they might have. Everyone's taking part, the sun's shining.
The sun shining is probably something I know you can't really arrange, but it's come out perfectly well in Blaenavon.
Exactly how I planned it.
It's exactly, okay, brilliant. This event is, of course, for Mental Health Awareness Week, for the start of that. What other things happen in Blaenavon then outside of Mental Health Awareness Week?
Oh, well, there's plenty going on in Blaenavon. There's so many different groups and activities, weekly, monthly. Just for example, Town Council, we run a weekly family fitness class to encourage families to be active together and enjoy each other's company for free, breaking down any barriers, because we all know how exercise improves, or just being active in general just boosts your mood. We also run with Torfaen Sports Development some over 60s exercise classes as well, and then we run a monthly befriending film group just to try and break down the barriers and combat social isolation. So we bring people together every month. We watch a film over in the Workman's Hall. We have teas, coffees and cakes. We have about 50 people every month just come together. We all just chat. We share, our stories and our thoughts about things and different activities that we're all going to be doing. And it's just a lovely, friendly group, yeah. And then we're involved in lots of different things over the weeks and over the months.
If you'd like to be involved in the podcast, please message or voice note on WhatsApp. Our number is 07 851 138 610.
We spoke to so many people that day, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, there was just, exhausted, but it was really good.
It's amazing to see that the support that is out there for people with mental health and well-being concerns, or people just wanting change or just to grow their confidence. I just thought it was fantastic.
The best thing about having a walk is not only are you getting, number one, your steps up, number two, you can smell the outdoors, but I'm actually smelling some bacon, which
where's that
coming
from?
I don't really know.
Let's follow that.
Follow the bacon. So we've also, as we've said, we have a monthly drop-in at CoStar, at the CoStar Hub in Fairwater.
We do, yeah. So that is an opportunity. So it's the first Saturday of every month between 10 and 12 in the morning. And it's an opportunity that, maybe you're in work and you're not able to access the support that you'd like to maybe get some advice or some guidance on your mental health and well-being. We're there on that first Saturday of the month just to give a little bit of guidance and support if you're not knowing where to go or where to turn to. And we can also support you with a counselling referral as well, if that's something you were wishing to look into.
And while we were there last time, I caught up with Lynn to talk more about what CoStar do.
I know.
So many things happen with CoStar now, especially with the Fairwater Hub. What exactly goes on here?
So this is our second site, which we opened in July 2022, basically because we had outgrown our current arrangements at the Threepenny Bit. So what we've done with the community hub is we've put our food project in here. So that means our food co-op, that people can have a bag of fresh food for £4.50 a week. We also have our food bank here, which is a crisis service for people who are desperately in need of food. We also have our paint service here. So the paint project, it's aligned with the national organisation Community Repaint, which they have a very good website and they tell you all kinds of tips about paint and saving money. And we're part of that. So our paint is paint that has been saved from going to landfill. So excess paint that from decorators and manufacturers, We let the community have it then for a small cost, which is very much lower than retail prices. We often have special offers as well, like today we've got a paint sale from some of the old stock that we're moving on.
Is there any criteria then for the paint?
No, there is no criteria for the paint because it's basically an environmental project to stop paint from going to waste. It is ideal for people on a low budget, of course, and also for organisations and groups and community groups that don't really have a decorating budget. So we've often had sort of football groups or church halls, people that struggle to find the money for decorating, and so we were able to sell them our paint at a very vastly reduced rate from what they would normally pay.
I would say the one tip I would have for people is if you see the paint here with the colour, get it all, because it's only here once, isn't it?
Very often, yes, that's true. We might get, like for example, we had a palette of paint donated from Dulux, all the same colour, jasmine white, but when it's gone, it's gone.
It's gone,
But at the moment we've got quite a bit of that, but sometimes we get pallets of paint and there's say maybe 1 or 2 tins of the same colour, so it can be, you know, if you see it, it's obviously a good idea if you like it. It might not be here when you come back.
Exactly. Yeah. Question we will always ask people is, what do you do for your well-being on a day-to-day basis?
So at CoStar, well, we have a very strong team. We support each other. I always encourage people to come to me if there's any issues. We like to sort things out. Currently we're running a mindfulness class.
Oh wow. Okay.
And we're going to extend that out to just staff sessions as well in the future. But we've been running a mindfulness class for 10 weeks on a Wednesday, which was fully funded. So it was free to the participants. And that's just about helping people to learn how to relax and deal with their anxiety, and some techniques to do that. And a lovely lady called Nicola Crawley runs that for us. We've also been involved with the mental health first aid programme. I'm a trainer on that, and we'll be running some of those soon as well. And that's aimed at anybody that wants to learn how to help somebody who might be having a mental health breakdown or some sort of crisis.
Find us on social media at Torfaen Talks CIC. For more details about what we do, look on our website torfaentalks.org.uk.
And when I was there, you heard me talk then about the paints that they sell there in CoStar.
Yeah, really affordable paint, because why shouldn't you brighten up your home and just make your surroundings just dopamine positive? I love that.
What is that? What's dopamine? That's the
positive chemical in your brain.
We're doing a wellbeing podcast, and I don't really know much about that.
You're getting to know all the jargon.
I know, yeah, exactly.
Just slowly you are. You're doing it.
The one thing that I noticed, though, looking at some of the paint on the shelves there, they've only got one colour, or one pot of one colour. So basically, if you go there,
it's very limited.
Yes,
it is limited, but they have different sizes pots. They have different types of paint. They also have Farrow and Ball there as well, which is the very posh make.
Is that posh? Really?
Very posh.
Is it that posh? It needs its own kind of postcode to be so posh?
Yes.
It is.
But they do amazing paint. Yeah. The names themselves, if you've ever looked at Farrow and Ball paint, is just incredible names. Their colours are gorgeous.
Yeah.
But the names are just, like I said, Fandango. They are just brilliant names. So I know that the one that they had there was kind of like a very sage green mixed with a grey. It was called Mole's Breath.
As in like a little small creature that comes out in the dark?
Yep. Amazing. But they do lots of different types of paint there, and it's really affordable paint. And I think, painting and decorating can be very expensive. So it's worth looking into.
That's the thing, I think. A tin of paint can be about 50 quid.
Easy.
And the tins of paint there, I think, they're about a tenner. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah. The litre of paint is £2. Wow. Then there's a £5 one, and then so they all, because it's different types of paint, they're all different prices, but they're very affordable.
Yeah.
And it was going like hotcakes when we were there.
It was,
It really was.
So let's go from there you're walking off now as well, aren't
Yeah,
you? Keeping
sorry.
you keep
The
just
bacon
just
smell is
the
bacon.
yeah, that bacon smell. Where is it coming from? Follow the bacon. So we go from that then to the relevant quiet. It wasn't really quiet.
It wasn't quiet.
Of Cumbrae Library. So I'm walking around the library, and I've caught up now with Kerry and Lindsay from Carl.
Yeah, Gwent Wellbeing College.
But what exactly does the Gwent Wellbeing College do?
Well, we are part of Gwent Drug and Alcohol Service, but we're kind of an offshoot, so we provide all the information on our Wellbeing website for the local area of what's going on. And so you can put in your postcode and find all the local wellbeing activities that are in your local area. So like mental health, wellbeing, arts and crafts, education, outdoor activities, all on our website so that you can see what's available to you and access it that way. It tells you if there's a cost. Most of the time it's free local stuff. We also provide more specific services for Gwent Drug and Alcohol Services as well, but it's a community website for everybody.
I've wandered outside into the pot planting area. What are we talking about here today now with planting and well-being? What's the link between the two?
The link between the two is having a link with nature and thinking about things differently and trying to think back a little bit to a time when we have much more connection between what we ate and growing it ourselves. So, and also just to do something cheerful today, that's a cheery thing to do. And once you've planted something, it's about hope. When you plant something, there's hope involved. So you plant it, you hope it's going to grow, so you go back to it and you go back to it again. So planting things is a really good way of engaging people in a hopeful activity. And it's a nice, simple thing to do, because some activities people feel that they can't do it, but with planting, I mean, we've got young Charlie here. How old's Charlie, Mum? 2. Charlie's only 2, and he's getting on with it the same as everybody else. So it's a very inclusive kind of activity to do. It's open to everybody. It's Mental Health Awareness Week this week, and it's about movement, sort of moving yourself. So it's about encouraging people to get out in their own gardens, do a little bit, or involve in some of the community gardening projects that we have around Torfaen, just to encourage people to do things outside, be a bit more physically active and get involved in something positive and hopeful. So that's the idea around what we're doing for Wellbeing Week.
My name's Bryn. I'm the bereavement therapist for the Jacob Abraham Foundation.
Now, tell me a little bit more about the Jacob Abraham Foundation.
Yeah, so they were founded in 2015 after Nicola's son Jacob took his own life. Nicola realised there wasn't a lot of support for people bereaved through suicide, but also those at risk as well. So she essentially sought to set up her own initially small community-based charity that's just really continued to grow. It was predominantly focused on supporting men to begin with, and it's kind of grown more and more from there through, fortunately, with big lottery funding, public funding, on that side as well.
What do you do for your own mental health and well-being? Because obviously you deal with day-to-day stuff like you do. It's a tough subject. So how do you look after yourself?
So I have to have clinical supervision and also access personal therapy for myself to be able to offload and have that element. A massive thing for me is being outdoors. So whether it's walking, running, whatever I can do to get outdoors at the mountains and keeping fit. So for example, this morning I was in the gym at 6 o'clock because that's what I need. I know, I'm lucky I'm an early bird. At the moment my daughter gets me up early, so it's kind of working. But having something like that just helps me decompress what I need to then get on and carry on through the day, but also just talking to people outside of work and just having just general conversations about things. And if it's been a tough day, say it's been a tough day, I don't hide away from it. If I had a bad day, I'm like, can you do this for me, because I just can't do it today.
If you'd like to be involved in the podcast, please message or voice note on WhatsApp. Our number is 07851 138 610. So as you've just heard, it was quite a day. It was full on, but it was so full of people wanting the support.
Yeah.
And people offering that helping hand and that listening ear. Yeah, it was just an invaluable day, really, all round.
And of course that was all part of Mental Health Awareness Week, which is gone now. That's in the second week of May every year.
Yes. So this year is the 13th to the 19th of May this year. And the theme is movement. It's been quite a controversial theme for this year because movement is obviously really good for your mental health, but if you have symptoms where you're unable to leave your room or your house and things like that, it can be quite triggering for people because it can feel like a Karen telling you to go for a walk.
A Karen?
Yeah, or is it a Karen or a Jane or whoever they
Hi, anybody called Karen, we're not having a pop at you, sorry, but yeah, no, I know what you mean though, because people just saying you need to move, like if you're not really in that frame of mind.
But I always view it, as much as these people are saying things that can seem quite patronising when you're in that depressive or anxious state, they are coming from a good place when they say it, and movement is good. Doesn't matter if you've done 4 steps or if you've done 10,000. Any movement is good, so always try to aim to a bit more movement than you did. But that movement hasn't got to be steps, it hasn't got to be running, it hasn't got to be doing a spin class, because my God, they kill you. They do. But sometimes it does look like I got enough energy in me today to just get out of bed and maybe go for a shower. Or if not, maybe it's just changing your pyjamas.
Going down the shops,
Go down the shop if you can get out the house, absolutely. Yeah. So movement looks very different to different people at different stages of their lives. And especially when you have mental health that is telling you not to do anything, it is very hard not to listen to that voice, especially if it's on full volume. If you can, try some gentle movement, but if you can't, that's okay as well. There's no judgments, but I think a lot of the time it can, when people are telling you to go for walks or telling you to join certain exercise classes and this, that and the other, or to eat healthier and all of that, it can come across as not well-meaning, is basically the word I'm looking for. For me, I just try to think, no, it's always coming from a good place when they're saying it, but it's also recognising and having that acknowledgement of sometimes people with mental health just aren't able to move sometimes, and that's okay.
Absolutely,
But yeah, it was a fun-filled day. Met lots of amazing people and organisations as well. I couldn't get my words out. Oh, I'm obviously out of breath.
We won't tell you how many steps we've done because we don't want to show off or nothing like that.
I think I've gone from 4 to maybe 20 by now.
Well,
who knows?
I think we've done about 24. But for this episode, that's us done.
Thank you so much for listening. And just for our first month of being Torfaen Talks CIC, for the wellbeing and mental health support that we've been offering, and for listening to the podcast as well. We really appreciate your support. If you are the general public, or if you're an organisation, or if you're just someone who has said hello to us when we've handed you a leaflet and said thank you, we are very appreciative of all the support, so thank you so much.
And if you do want to get in touch, it's quite simple. You can find us on socials at Torfaen Talks CIC. That's on Facebook and Instagram, and on the website as well, torfaentalkscic.org.uk. I'm not really sure what we're going to do for the next episode, because we've done enough walking today, smelt enough bacon, we've offended Karen, whoever she is.
Sorry, Karen.
All
the Karens.
Yeah, we'll catch you next time.
Yes, absolutely. See you next time. If you'd like to be involved in the podcast, please message or voice note on WhatsApp. Our number is 07851 138 610. This is a podcast from Torfaen Talks CIC.